There's a moment every husky owner experiences. You're sitting on the couch, your husky walks over, looks you dead in the eyes, and then turns around and lies with their back pressed firmly against you. It seems simple. It seems like just a dog being a dog. But that moment isn't random, it's a declaration. Siberian Huskies are one of the most ancient, emotionally complex, and pack-driven breeds on the planet. They were bred for thousands of years, not just to pull sleds across frozen tundra, and survive as a tight-knit unit alongside humans. Every movement, every sound, every behavior your husky performs is rooted in that ancient wiring, and most owners are unknowingly missing it. The truth is, huskies don't give their trust easily. Unlike golden retrievers who seem to love everyone, or Labradors who warm up in minutes, a husky reserves its deepest bond for someone who earns it consistently, patiently, and daily. If you've ever felt like your husky is independent to a fault, or like they like you but don't fully trust you, this video is going to change how you see your relationship. Because the bond between a husky and their human isn't built in one big moment. It's built in 5 small ones every single day. The first thing most owners do when they wake up is head to the kitchen, make coffee, scroll their phone. Their husky follows them around, maybe does that dramatic morning howl, maybe nudges their hand, and the owner pats them distractedly and moves on. Here's what most owners miss. That morning interaction sets the emotional tone for your husky's entire day. Siberian Huskies are pack animals in the truest sense. In the wild, wolves and sled dogs alike begin each day with a greeting ritual. Nose touches, vocalizations, physical closeness. It's how the pack reaffirms its bonds. It's how they say, "You're still mine, I'm still yours, we're still safe." When you skip that ritual and when you're distracted and half present in the morning, your husky registers it. Not consciously the way a human does, but instinctively. Something important was skipped. The pack bond wasn't reaffirmed. What to do instead? Give your husky 2 to 3 minutes of intentional, focused attention every morning. Get down to their level. Make eye contact, a soft, relaxed eye contact, not a stare. Let them sniff you, nuzzle you, do their morning howl, respond warmly, mirror their energy a little, talk to them calmly. Research in canine behavior consistently shows that oxytocin, the bonding hormone, increases in both dogs and humans during these brief, focused interactions. For a breed as emotionally attuned as the Siberian Husky, this morning ritual isn't just nice to have. It's foundational. Start the day together intentionally. Your husky will carry that security throughout every hour that follows. Huskies are exceptionally intelligent, but more than that, they are exceptionally observant. They watch. They track patterns. They learn the difference between what you do and what you say, faster than most people realize. That's not random. This is deeply tied to how sled dogs historically worked with their mushers. A dog that couldn't read its human, couldn't predict their decisions, trust their signals, was a liability on a trail where survival depended on the whole team functioning as one. Huskies evolved to read consistency. They reward it with devotion, and they respond to inconsistency with anxiety and detachment. Here's what this looks like in daily life. You pick up the leash and then put it down. You call your husky over and then ignore them when they come. You set a boundary one day and abandon it the next. Each of these small inconsistencies registers. They add up. The practical takeaway here is deceptively simple. Only promise what you'll deliver. If you pick up the leash, go for the walk. If you call your husky, acknowledge them fully when they arrive. If you establish a house rule, enforce it every single time. Canine behavior researchers describe this as predictive trust, the dog's ability to rely on your behavior to be consistent. Dr. Alexandra Horowitz at the Dog Cognition Lab has documented how dogs use human behavioral cues to build a mental model of their owner's reliability. For huskies especially, a reliable owner is a trustworthy owner, and a trustworthy owner is one worth protecting, following, and bonding with deeply. Before we move on, think about the last week. How consistent have you been? Even in small things, it matters more than you know. Walk into any room where a husky has been left alone and understimulated for too long, and the evidence tells the whole story. Chewed furniture, shredded cushions, howling that the neighbors still remember 3 weeks later. Most people look at this and say, "My husky is destructive," but that framing misses everything. A husky isn't being destructive. A husky without purpose is telling you something urgent. I was built to work. I was built to move. I was built to contribute, and I have nowhere to put all of this. The Siberian Husky was specifically developed by the Chukchi people of northeastern Asia over centuries of deliberate, selective breeding. They needed a dog that could cover enormous distances, work cooperatively with a team, and make decisions independently in high-stakes environments. That drive didn't disappear because your husky lives in a suburb now. Here's what this means practically. A husky that trusts you is a husky that has been given an outlet for that drive, and one that has been included in purposeful activity with you. It doesn't need to be a sled run across Alaska. Daily structured activity works. This can look like a long, brisk walk where you set the pace and route. This positions you as the guide, reinforcing pack hierarchy naturally. It can be a backpack the husky carries with a little weight in it, giving them a big job. It can be trick training sessions. Huskies are highly trainable when mentally engaged. Even a structured feeding routine, having them sit, wait, and work for the meal rather than free feeding, gives them a sense of contribution. When a husky is given a job, something shifts in how they look at you. You become more than a provider. You become the leader of their pack, the one who organizes the hunt, guides the run, sets the purpose. That is exactly the relationship their instincts are wired to see. And when they find it, the loyalty that follows is the kind that the internet makes viral videos out of. Huskies are bold. Anyone who spent 5 minutes with one knows they'll walk into a room like they own it, sound off at a squirrel 3 blocks away, and look you dead in the eyes while stealing food off a counter. They can appear almost fearless, but here's what that confidence masks. Huskies are deeply sensitive to their emotional environment. They pick up on stress, tension, and threat faster than almost any other breed. This comes back, again, to their origins. A sled dog that couldn't quickly read whether the team was calm or stressed, whether the musher was confident or frightened, couldn't function properly. Huskies evolved to be emotional barometers, and when their environment feels unsafe, they look to their pack leader for reassurance. If that leader, meaning you, panics, dismisses them, or forces them into situations that overwhelm them, trust erodes. Not dramatically, not all at once, but steadily. Think about loud gatherings where your husky is pushed to interact with strangers when their body language says they want space. Think about vet visits handled with frustration or force. Think about loud arguments in the home, or moments of genuine human stress where the husky is ignored rather than acknowledged. What builds trust in these moments is deceptively simple. Notice when your husky is uncomfortable, and respond with calm leadership. This doesn't mean coddling, it means acknowledging. A hand on their back, a low, steady voice, removing them from the overwhelming stimulus without drama, creating a safe space they can retreat to in the home. Studies in canine stress response show that dogs who receive calm, consistent reassurance during stressful events show lower cortisol levels and faster recovery than dogs who are either overwhelmed or ignored. For a husky whose stress sensitivity is high and whose pack bond is everything, this kind of emotional safety is not optional. It is the bedrock of devotion. A husky that knows you will protect them in their hard moments will follow you fearlessly into every other moment. In pack life, rest is never solitary. Wolves sleep pressed together, not just for warmth, but because physical closeness during the most vulnerable hours of the day is how packs reinforce their bonds. It signals safety. It signals belonging. Your husky carries that ancient instinct, and every evening they are reading whether you're going to honor it or not. This doesn't require sharing your bed, though. If your husky sleeps with you, understand that this is them choosing the deepest possible expression of pack trust. Whether they sleep in your room, on a bed nearby, or anywhere in your shared space, before sleep, give your husky a quiet moment of physical contact, not a quick pat as you walk past. Intentional contact, sitting with them, a gentle but firm massage along their back and shoulders, which dogs experience as deeply calming and pack-affirming, quiet talking, or simply being physically present while they settle. Research from the University of Veterinary Medicine, Vienna, found that physical contact between dogs and their owners before sleep significantly increases feelings of security in the dog and deepens the human-animal bond over time. For huskies specifically, whose pack drive never fully powers down, this nightly ritual Is the masking? Are we still bonded? Are we still safe? Are we still a pack? When you answer that question consistently, something profound happens. Your husky stops holding back. The guarded, independent streak that people write off as husky personality softens, that howls when you pull into the driveway because you came back, and they knew you would. That is a husky who trusts you with their life. If this video gave you something, hit like and subscribe. We cover husky behavior, psychology, and the hidden language of the breed every week. And if your husky is doing something you've always wanted to understand, drop it in the comments. Your question might be the next video.